Temperature 87.24 degrees. Local time is 12:46:24 GST. All systems nominal.
This is the 6th mission of the Jade Falcon campaign, Umber Wall. We just have to defend a train full of minerals on its way to a processing station.
Enemy power-up detected.
And
Enemy power-up detected.
these little gunship
Target is beyond inspection
VTOLs
radius.
are going to be the main enemy throughout the mission. I don't believe these reflect any actual designs in Battletech. They kind of look like the Gossamer, but that design was actually created much later, after this game came out. It could have been inspired by this game, but I don't think that's the case. It's a little different. Yeah, as you might have guessed, this hover train inspired by hover train in the short Depleted, where I worked with a few other users to make just a fun little video about a mech that loses all of its weapons and has to defeat an enemy using its wits. Just sort of a challenge, since that sort of marked the beginning of the end for my mech animations, because I just got tired of the same thing where mechs look around at the objective and then they shoot other mechs and then they explode and then mission successful. It gets kind of boring, even if it is flashy to someone. Now, these things are pretty weak. If you manage to hit them in their rotors, that will actually instant kill them, though it is somewhat tricky as this game has very awkward hitboxes. I'm saving my autocannon ammo as it's really not worth it for these guys. Let's catch up. I used this a little bit on the last mission. This game has directional jump jets, which MechWarrior Online and MechWarrior 4 both opted to exclude. I don't know if they're in MechWarrior 1, actually, because I haven't played that much of MechWarrior 1, because it's just not that interesting of an entry into the MechWarrior series. Each other game is simply far better, for the most part. Well, I think MechWarrior 1 is still better than MechWarrior Online, but I will go into a rant if I have to talk about that. I still play a lot of MechWarrior Online, just because it's essentially the only option I have. I know there's Heavy Gear Online. I think they call it like Heavy Gear Assault, but I have no interest in playing it. It just doesn't look that interesting. And I know for a while Hawken was the thing, but the art style of Hawken was just so bland, I just couldn't get into it. Yeah. Hawken sort of suffered a little bit from the junkyard explosion aesthetic that sort of plagued the Transformers movies, where everything just kind of looks like an explosion of metal, and that's kind of it. Oh, that guy flew away. I don't think I'm going to bother catching him. You don't need to kill every enemy, just escort the train to its objective. And this little Jenner here will jump down from the cliff and try to snipe the objective a little bit, but you don't have to worry on him too much. He only has short-range missiles. I don't think he's even close enough to use them. What is he doing? He's taking his time. Yeah. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah. I need to kill him. I need to kill him 5 minutes ago. Okay, good, he's looking at me. Certain enemies in this game are stubborn. They will attack the objective regardless of whether or not you do damage to them. And those guys get tricky.
Enemy mech destroyed.
There we go. Luckily, a few you can distract. Okay, this is actually probably going to be a little close, as I might not be able to make it around that mountain before the train does. That's going to be embarrassing. Okay, I think I'm a little faster, so hopefully I can catch up. I'll use my autocannon and just mow down these mechs on the other side. Unfortunately, this is the first appearance in the game of the direwolf right around that corner. And while it's not too much of a threat to me, just because it ignores me at first, it can seriously fuck up that train. And since it already took a few hits, it's probably not in the best shape. Come on, jump jets, please recharge. I would like to go places, do things. Okay, I think I'm just gonna make it. I think this is the direwolf. Nope, he's not a stubborn enemy. He's looking at me. Okay, that's all I wanted. I do have to be a little careful, as he has twin AC-10s, I believe, which will immediately tear you a new asshole if he decides to use them and you're not shielding with an arm or something. Okay, that Stormcrow, you're gonna not do that.
Enemy mech destroyed.
And my... Ooh, I got a headshot.
Level critical.
Oh, that took care of him quickly. Wait, is this train still moving? Okay, good, he is. For a moment I thought he somehow got stuck on the debris, even though I believe debris does not have a any kind of collision box that will stop an object in this game. You can kick debris, but I don't believe you can ever get stuck on it. Maybe I'll even throw up a little image from my depleted video next to this thing, just to show that it's just exactly the same thing. I also like how clever this game was with the textures to give you the illusion that they have like a fog effect. Like you see everything is kind of foggy at the bottom, or so it seems. It's actually just a gradient texture that fades into the same color.
Hover train has reached processing unit. Sensors indicate incoming friendly dropship Bastille. Proceed to dust-off zone for extraction.
But yeah, everything in this game is done very simplistically and I think pretty artfully. I better think it's done artfully since I try to emulate it so much. All we have to do now is waltz to the exit. Oh, good, my jump jets are just now starting to recharge a little bit. So I can slightly move faster.
External camera engaged.
I think this camo is kind of neat. I wish the mechs in future games were this colorful.
Nav Pi reached mission.
Oh well, see you next time.
Successful.